Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are in your seat. Your mouth is closed. Your eyes are here. Your ears are listening. We have been doing multiplication for weeks and weeks and weeks. I'm going to introduce multiplication with decimals, which is no more difficult than our multiplication with whole numbers. I want to spend maybe 1 or 2 days on it today and probably Tuesday when we get back. But I don't want to spend a whole long time on it because you guys did really well on your multiplication test we took yesterday. If you don't know your grade, it's in Aries. So I don't think that you necessarily need the long explanation on this. Oh, people bother me. So now, you've been watching some videos on how to multiply decimals, at least if you've been following directions. So I'm going to ask one person at random the following question. Matthew, where does the decimal point go in this product? Where does it go, Matthew?
In front of the 3.
And how do you know that?
No, between the 3 and the 6.
Why?
Because that would be the right way to put it there.
Yeah, that doesn't really answer my question of why, just because it would be the right way. Aiden?
Between the 6 and the 4, because 9 times 4 equals 36. So it's going to be 3.64.
Okay, but I have decimal points here. I have 0.4 and 0.9. That's not real clear here. I have 0.4 and 0.9. Your hair's getting violet, Violet.
You put 1 and 3 because 9 times 0 is 0.
Kara?
You put it between the 3 and the 6 because there's 2 numbers in the tens place.
Good. You look at the problem. There are 2 numbers behind the decimal point in the problem, which means there needs to be 2 numbers behind the decimal point in the answer. That's all it is. As I look at my problem, figure out how many numbers are behind the decimal point in the problem, and that's how many are behind it in the answer. So if I were to give you the following problem, I have the problem up there, 3 and 21/100 times 4 and 6/10. Liam, how many numbers would be behind the decimal point in our product? Jackson?
3.
3. Because there's 3 behind it in the problem. So there has to be 3 behind it in the answer. Now, I do not, when I'm writing down these problems and I'm going to solve them using the standard algorithm, for the love of Pete, all these texts. When I'm writing them down doing the standard algorithm, if this were my problem, and I got a lot of problems, folks, I would rewrite it ignoring the decimal point. So when I go to solve it, it would be 321 times 46. I don't need the decimal points in there when I'm solving it. I don't ever need to see where you have the decimal points written here, because we don't mess with the decimal point till the end. And at the end, I know I'm going to have 3 numbers behind my decimal point. But I kind of want to get an idea of what my answer might be close to. So I've got 3 and 21/100 and 4 and 6/10. So maybe I'll do a little bit of estimating here. Do you want to do anything with 3 and 21/100, Emily Kate?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want to do? All right, what about 4 6/10? Turn it to 5. And so my answer should be around 15. Those are two ways to help us figure out where we put our decimal point. We're going to estimate, and we're going to figure out how many numbers are behind the decimal point in the problem. And then it's just simple multiplication. Whit, help me through here. 6 times 1?
6.
6 times 2?
12.
6 times 3?
18.
Plus 1 more?
19.
Excellent. Now we're in the tens place. 4 times 1?
4.
4 times 2?
8.
4 times 3?
12.
I add these products together. And since I have 1, 2, 3 numbers behind my decimal point, and my estimate is 15, that automatically tells me it goes behind 14. If I put it here, that's not close to 15. If I put it here, that's not close to 15. If I put it here, that's not close to 15. If I put it here, that's not close to 15. So my estimate helps me in being able to count how many numbers are behind the decimal point in the problem. So it's really just the same way we multiply. I know you always estimate because you guys care. And you can count the number of digits behind the decimal point. I'm assuming you'll probably never have more than 6. So I'm assuming you all can count that high. DJ, I'm not 100% sure of, but... Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you did.
Dang it. Oh, let's go 3 4/10 times 1 2/10. Now let's make this just 2/10. 3 4/10 times 2/10.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to say my answer is 8. Now I got to figure out where my decimal point goes, Anna. I have the numbers 66 and 8 in my product, but Anna, I need to know where the decimal point goes. You have been with me when I did the last two problems? How many numbers are behind the decimal point in the problem, Anna? 2. 1, 2. That means there needs to be 2 behind it in the answer. Now this brings up a question, Maddie D. This brings up a question. How did 3 4/10 get smaller when I'm multiplying it, Maddie D? How does it get smaller? Excellent. Because I'm multiplying by a number that is less than 1. If I multiply by 1, it stays the same. If I multiply by a number bigger than 1, it gets smaller. It gets bigger. If I multiply by a number less than 1, it gets smaller. So I'm multiplying this. This 2/10 is really much closer to 0. So it's going to bring that 3 way down. Way down. Aiden, just relax. I'm gonna let you help me here. Just relax here, all right? Let's go. All right, Aiden. Let's do a little bit of estimating first. A little bit of estimating. Okay? So we have 3 852 thousandths times 7/10. So kind of what do you want to do with those, Aiden? I want to estimate, so help me out here. Not sure how to estimate. AJ?
Turn the 3 into 4.
Okay.
The 7 into 1.
Excellent. So my product should be somewhere around 4. Eli? No? Just, okay. My product should be somewhere around 4. Aiden, how many numbers are going to be behind my decimal point in the product, in the answer? 4. How do you know?
There's 3 and there's one number.
1, 2, 3. 4 numbers behind my decimal point in this problem. There must be 4 numbers behind my decimal point in the answer. Now, I'm going to solve it, ignoring the decimal points. I have 3, 8, 5, 2 times 7. Do I need to put the 0 in front of it? That's just,
No.
I mean, it's just 7. Nobody says, I'm multiplying times 0, 7. Nobody does that. That's just cray-cray. That's just cray-cray. And while I'm cray-cray, I'm hoping you guys are not. So, now, I need someone to help me with this multiplication. And I am just thinking of who I could select to help me with this multiplication. I really want to pick somebody I know who's been paying attention and who just is knowing their multiplication facts. Because even though I let you use a multiplication chart, I don't want to have to wait forever for you to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and have Ava help me with this problem. Ava, what is 7 times 2? 14. I have 14 ones, or 1 10 and 4 ones. Ava, what is 7 times 5? 35 plus the 1 I had to regroup over there. 36. 36 tens. So that's 306 tens. Ava, what's 7 times 8? Good, 56. Plus 3 more is 59. And as long as Ava and I are correct, then we're in good shape. Ava, 7 times 3? 21. 7 times 3 is 21. Plus 5 more is?
No, it's 24.
7 times 3 is not 24. It's 21. 21 plus 5 is 26.
7 times what?
7 times 3.
7
times
All right, so now that we've settled that, and Aiden told me how many numbers I want to put behind my decimal point, which is 4, that means my answer is going to be 2 and 6,964 10,000ths. Now, I said it's going to be around 4. It's going to be around 4. The only way that makes it around 4 is right behind 2. I know that my 3 and 952 thousandths is going to get smaller because I'm multiplying by less than 1. So yes, it got smaller. All right, relax. I'll be happy to call on somebody else to help me with the multiplication. Jiminy Christmas. Let's take... Sit down. 8 and 1/10 multiplied by 9 and 9/10. Eli, I want to estimate first. Well, first, Eli, how many numbers are going to be behind the decimal point in the answer?
2.
2, because I've got 1, 2 behind it in the answer, or in the problem. Eli, let's estimate. What are you going to do with 8 and 1/10?
8.
8. What are you going to do with 9 and 9/10?
Change it
Change it
to a 10.
to a 10. So, Eli, what is 8 times 10?
80.
80. So my answer needs to be somewhere near 80. All of this work done before I'm actually trying to solve it. All of this work done before I'm actually trying to solve it. So now I'm going to go 99 times 81. Are you ready for this one, Eli?
Yep.
All right, Eli. 1 times 9.
9.
Woo. Eli, 1 times 9.
9.
9. Thank you, Eli.
Now
Now I'm going to the tens place, so I have to start in the tens place. Eli, 8 times 9.
72.
72. And regroup my 7. Eli, 8 times 9
72.
plus 7.
79.
79. I find the sum. And I get 80 and 8019. And Eli told me there had to be, was it Eli that told me there had to be 2 numbers? Eli told me there had to be 2 numbers behind the decimal point in my problem, or in my answer, because it was in my problem. It's close to my estimate. That's it. Easy peasy. Dead fish squeezy.